Hi guys, this is Ashar from 91 Mobiles. Honor is coming out with a new flagship soon in India, most probably next month, and it's going to be called the Honor 8 Pro. It goes up directly against the OnePlus 5, so that makes it an interesting buy for a lot of users. We have the unit with us, and this is what the unit looks like. This one is in black, but there's also a blue variant of the phone. Let's talk about the design a little bit first. So as you can see that you have the fingerprint scanner on the rear, and you have two cameras. Yes, you have two cameras, guys. You get two 12 megapixel sensors on the rear, and the aperture by default on the hardware is f2.2. The design is actually a lot like, of course, like a lot of these brands have been going with the iPhone's design. So you can see that antenna band on top and the antenna band bottom, but it does look really decent as well. At the bottom you get this USB Type-C port, and you have the speaker, and you have a 3.5mm jack as well. On the front you have this nice and large, it's a little sunny out here, so the screen is reflective, but the display is actually a 5.7-inch QHD display. So compared to the OnePlus, you get more resolution, of course. Apart from that, you do have a front camera, which is an 8 megapixel sensor as well. On the coming back to the rear, and talking about what's inside the phone, you get like a 4000 mAh massive battery, which should definitely last you a day, but of course we will test it and give you our final verdict on what we think about the battery life of the phone. And apart from that, on the right you have your power button and your volume rocker on top of it, and on the left you have the SIM tray, which is a hybrid tray actually, which means that you get two SIM cards that you can add, but you can also use one of the slots for adding an extra memory card. Talking about storage space, you get a whopping 128 GB of storage by default, which means that the storage space is actually insane, and you get 6 gigs of RAM as well. Specs wise, it's pretty loaded. It's running, of course, Honor's very own Hi-Silicon Kirin 960 processor, so it should be pretty fast for most use cases. As for the software, it's running Android 7, which is good, but it's with the skin of EMUI 5.1 on top of it. There are, of course, a lot of improvements to EMUI, and it of course doesn't come with an app drawer. We'll definitely delve into details about the software in our full review, but for first impression, it looks fast and snappy on the phone. And the most important thing about a phone is definitely its camera, which has always been Honor's and Huawei's focus, the parent company's focus anyway. So as you can see, the camera app is laid out really nicely. You get f2.2 aperture on the rear, but you can also software wise change the wide aperture to a little more wide aperture of up to 0.95, which means that you'll get a better depth of focus as well, but it's of course all software enabled. Apart from that, you can see that it shoots really decent photos as well. We've shot a few shots, and you can see that we've shot without HDR and with HDR, and it does look pretty impressive at first glance, but we have to delve a little more into the phone to find out how it actually performs in real life as well. Of course, you get a flash on the rear as well. Now, as for the phone, it is expected to be priced around 35,000. We don't know the price just yet, and it should launch next month. But our first impressions of the phone seem to be really decent, and it could be a great competitor to the recently launched OnePlus 5. So how this holds out in the final, in our final verdict is something to be seen. But definitely we'll have the review by the time of launch for you guys. So this is Ashad once again signing off with the Honor 8 Pro, which has been announced today in India.